India's brightest entrepreneurs have one chance to impress Mr. Rahul Bajaj. Let's see which team will be in the red and which entrepreneur will be outpitched.
Let's call in the yellow team first, please. We have 5 minutes and then we might make some clarifications. Mr. Bajaj will ask you what he wishes. Good luck and go for it.
Thank you. Start.
I would like to answer in the first question is the primary landmark changes that took place in the Indian two-wheeler industry from the year 2000 till 2010. Primary changes were specifically the post effects of liberalization and the rise in GDP. They both actually contributed in terms of boosting economy, boosting customer preferences, things like that. Also, the aspirations and mindset shift from conventional vehicles to new age vehicles. Specifically, when I say conventional, scooters, old workhouses specifically, to new age mass transit systems.
So I'll talk about why Bajaj Auto Limited lost market share, which is the second question. So what clearly there were market trends around 1999 to 2000. Motorcycles definitely became the large segment, and Bajaj Auto Limited at that point in time was not riding this technology and product wave. Of course, it continued to be the largest player in a particular segment, which is scooter market. But if you look at the entire two-wheeler market, the scooter market started to diminish in comparison to the motorcycle market, and that's where it was hitting.
Setting up the Chakan plant for manufacturing of motorcycles. Strategic exit from mopeds, some launches, relaunches of the gearless scooters in that zone. Some earlier Boxers and 4S have been converted Explorers and Calibers and things like that. Even to the extent two-wheelers and three-wheelers had been into a new cannibalization. I mean, there had been 9 variants of Boxers and 4Ss and Calibers. So there had been a huge amount of cannibalization, one eating into another.
Understanding consumer preferences, I would say, was one of the biggest advantages that has enabled the huge steep rise, and specifically in terms of the entry segment, executive segment, and premium segment. So while you expect that when the chips are down, entry segment would be going up and people would be willing to buy, but it is actually counterintuitive when you realize that the entry segment gets hit, but your sales are getting boosted by the executive and premium segment.
We knew कि टाइम बहुत कम है. हमने शुरू किया और हमें लगा कि हमारे पास still we have time, but that was not the case. So basically हमें बीच में ही रुकना पड़ा क्योंकि टाइम अप हो चुका था.
What we should do and where should we go and why?
That's the last slide.
Okay.
First, focus on alternative fuel vehicles, maybe CNG, LPG, electric vehicles, and key focus on masses. Apart from the 4S and Boxer, none of the Discover or the lower end of the executive segment actually focus on markets.
When he asked about critical questions, so we were able to share the rest of the presentation, which basically kind of covered the answer as well as जो हमारा बच गया था.
Current fiscal, the industry will have a sale of 2 million gearless scooters. Has Bajaj lost out something by getting out of scooters, or we did not lose out because we needed to concentrate on motorcycles?
So I think Bajaj has not lost out, because if you see the trends, the way it has been happening, the whole perception, at least in the Indian market, has been scooters to two-wheelers, two-wheelers to four-wheelers, four-wheelers to, let's say, entry segments to sedan.
Now it is the time that you need to go back to the gearless scooter segment and leverage on the brand and the strength of the Bajaj brand and specifically the Pulsar brand and create a magic out over there.
Should we sell the scooters as Pulsars?
Not exactly.
I don't think so. A male image of a Pulsar and a scooter image has a lot of differentiation in the Indian market still today.
Well done.
Thank you. So we hope it adds some value in some way. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had like 2 slides left and he said time up. So then he said, okay, my question was not answered. So we had to, sir, next slide. We didn't get the time. We entered it and just that. Handle कर लिया ना.
That's what. Whenever you find something very difficult, push back a little, focus and leverage horizontal.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. What we are going to do is we are going to take this presentation slightly differently. We are going to start by addressing the predominant question of what Bajaj Auto should be doing over the next 3 to 5 years before we start to address the other question. To me, the biggest problem always has been with question to the Bajaj brand. Bajaj, in spite of being one of India's heritage brands, but in terms of global recognition, does it pull the same brand pull as probably a Tata or a GE? It does not. So to me, that will be the biggest weaknesses in putting a Bajaj brand on any global segment. The most obvious threat is the threat of cheap imported motorcycles from China. There is obvious cost advantages of setting up a manufacturing base in China. Bajaj Electricals, for example, set up a manufacturing hub in China. If Bajaj Electricals can do it, why not Bajaj Auto? The inevitable future as we move forward in 3 to 5 years, what will be the key changes that will affect the industry? You will have government policy on petrol prices. This will have an impact in the next 3 to 5 years and we need to be prepared for it. There will be an introduction of low-cost cars. There will be implementation of mass transport system. I would say the road ahead is tough and we will need to start investing that excess cash that we have into countering this threat. If the 2001 to 2010 was earmarked by young macho male going out to buy a Pulsar. The next decade is going to be marked by young women. A space where Bajaj today has pretty much very little presence. In the next 5 years, Bajaj should also aim to have 30% of its total sales coming in from this segment. And no matter what, we do not want to go down the carbon paper industry. You can be the best manufacturer of carbon paper, but once Xerox comes in, you're out of business. We need to start planning ahead. We need to start investing in alternate energy vehicles. These will be the key things that Bajaj Auto will have to focus in the next 5 years.
I think I have my segment, but I think time is up. So whatever judges says, I can decide on that.
Thank you.
We agree that we will spend a disproportionate time on that, but we said the last 1 minute or 1.5 minutes will be spent on going towards the other questions. But unfortunately, it did not work out, and I hogged up the entire time, and Tushar could not get enough time, and he didn't take it. So
I didn't even speak.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. They would have given you time, at least 1 minute to just address it very broadly. It wouldn't have taken.
They were jumping. Bowman said, yeah, we should have done some kind of a time management and shown better teamwork.
You guys took more time than us. The whole presentation.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Which he didn't get an opportunity, and we pulled the rug from under his feet. So he probably thought that's a gentlemanly thing to do and keep quiet and let it be a team presentation at that point of time.
I thought probably I should respect the time, and I gave it away.
I hold both responsible.
Good afternoon, everyone. In the last decade, scooters have been the largest selling vehicle, but it has been turned to a motorcycles with 80% in this current decade.
What did Bajaj do wrong around 2000-2001? Firstly, that the overall two-wheeler market declined for the first time. Secondly, the share of motorcycles almost doubled. Next, the geared scooters declined 38% in that 1 year. So that hit Bajaj's profits and market share very heavily.
So what is the present state of Indian two-wheeler industry in 2010? So there is a segmentation. People want different type of two-wheelers. So this industry is surprisingly second largest two-wheeler market in whole world and growing at 21.9% year on year.
What should Bajaj do in the next coming years? Firstly, I would say they have the target of becoming #1 in motorcycle sales. They've already started cutting heavily into Hero Honda's market share.
I like the coordination between the two of you.
We had a strategy where we'll time each other's answers for 50 seconds. Once it's 50 seconds, we sort of give each other a kick.
Should the Bajaj come as an overall brand, or no, it disperses everything and diffuse only the Pulsar and the whatever other brand?
No, the other brands, I would say, is better to run them as separate brands and not imply that they are Bajaj brands, because Bajaj has a sort of Chetak history still attached in people's mindsets. But if you push out a Discover as a Discover and a Pulsar as a definitely male bike, it has been highly successful.
I mean, a little different take on this. Now Bajaj is going to newer markets, like say what I'm saying is Indonesia. This kind of new markets where Bajaj is exploring. You can continue to launch models without a Bajaj tag, but in a country like India where Bajaj has itself made a mark, I don't think the brand should be diluted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good.
The absolute critical change in the two-wheeler industry over the past decade really is based in the growth and demand for motorcycles and the decline in demand for scooters. The challenge is that Bajaj didn't necessarily see this coming or didn't adapt quickly enough to this trend, even though there was significant lead time where the demand was tapering off for scooters and rising for motorcycles. We see that there was a lack of R&D leadership in the company. For example, there was a very impressive 74% market share for geared scooters, but only 18% market share for ungeared scooters, which was in fact the new technology that was coming in and picking up more demand. So there was too much legacy in outdated technology. But where things did go right was when this trend and the slow reaction to it became a problem in 2000, 2001, Bajaj reacted very quickly and with very strong entrance into the market with the Pulsar in 2001.
Our growth strategy for Bajaj is not going to be based on the existing segment. So we are going to focus on entering into newer segments, one of them being women. Why women? The largest growing economic force in the world is not India or China, it's the women. The earning power of women globally is expected to reach $18 trillion by 2014, a $5 trillion rise for current income. This is more than twice the current GDP of India and China put together. Entering this market would be easier and not interfere with your existing segment, because it's a new market, it could be launched globally. How you could launch it with a very, very innovative and strong marketing campaign based around recalling the past Bajaj Chetak experience. But this time, Bajaj has spent a lot of money in R&D and come in with a scooty, a Bajaj scooty, which is a new technology, or maybe electric technology or something like that.
The future is really about expanding from Hamara Bajaj to Tumhara Bajaj.
What are the pros and cons of getting into the car field?
The pros are certainly that you have a very, very strong, loyal base in the Pulsar, and you have the brand equity with them, and you're continuing that. The cons, of course, are that it's extra cost to...
The cost of R&D to get into a four-wheeler segment would be much, much, much higher than just extending the two-wheeler and three-wheeler segment into a new market.
You mentioned a lot about women. Do they prefer motorcycles to step through, where the girl with a sari can also sit a scooter or a step-through motorcycle?
Yes, that's where we're talking about R&D into technology and design, where this would be a critical aspect of introducing a new segment.
We went down in 2007-8. Why?
It could be attributable to the global recession, number one.
Then that should affect Hero Honda also.
Yes, I assume that, but.
I think we do not have an incredibly strong answer to that question. I think we were more focused on the earlier periods. So rather than trying to make something up on the fly, we'll just...
Fair enough.
That's very rare.
Thank you. Why were you so silent?
We have to say goodbye. It's only fair.
I think I was fairly fair.